Here we are, day 13 of the DEVMAN'S juice fast. Doing pretty good. I worked a 12-hour shift and then some. My job isn't physically strenuous, but it's a lot of sitting and being bored and just taking phone calls at the service desk. And so it's not like I'm running around the hospital or anything, but although I wish I was still doing that. Anyway, so we're on the 13th day, and my body's going through changes still. I'm feeling everything is a lot thinner than it was when I started. I don't know if you can see my belly there. But when I first started, I had a distended belly. And now that's going down. I owe that to the Diet Coke, and now the juice fasting is helping too. Last night, went to a Christmas party at work, or not for work, excuse me, for the church. And, you know, everybody's like, okay, well, we don't want you to, and I'm like, don't worry about it. You know, I had intended to say, okay, tonight I'm going to have bruschetta because I love bread. And I also like the tomatoes and the onions and the chives and all that other stuff. But, you know, when I sat down and just started talking to people, because everybody wants to know how it's going, and, you know, I've still just, as far as I know, I've lost the 20 pounds. I'm keeping that off. And then, like, sometimes I weigh myself and I've only lost 15 pounds. But I look at it this way. We're on day 13, and most people by the 10th day, if they weren't a Diet Coke addict like me, are only going to lose about 10 pounds. Like I've mentioned before, your metabolism's shutting down, your body's going to start to cannibalize itself. Yes. But the cool thing is that as it does that, it's also flushing all of the yucky things out of your body. I was reading on falconblanco.com, that's falconblanco.com, about fasting, where it talks about disease actually being flushed out of your body. Now, I have hepatitis C, and I also have diabetes, and I have high blood pressure. I haven't checked the blood pressure yet, but I'm trying to flush a lot of that stuff out. Last time I went to my doctor, things were actually good. Things were fine, better than I expected. I had a little bit of a vitamin D deficiency, but I think that's pretty much gone. It's kind of weird living in Texas having a vitamin D deficiency because we get vitamin D from the sun. That being said, I want to flush all of that garbage out of my body. Just go to falconblanco.com and look up fasting. You'll be amazed at all the stuff that can be accomplished through it. So I'm feeling good. I'm hungry a lot, but that's okay. I was also reading too, it takes a month for your stomach to shrink. When my stomach shrinks, am I going to start eating again? No. I want to keep going on this. Also, something's supposed to happen around the 21st day, you know, like you're supposed to have some kind of spiritual awakening or something, which we could all use, I think. But if you've noticed since the first video, my face has gotten a lot thinner. Everything feels good, and I'm telling you, you feel alive when you're, doing something like this. Now, I'm not close to death. I was trying not to say that. And last night, instead of eating anything that anybody else was having around me, they had Caesar salad. Okay, it's good. It's fine. It's fine to eat salad. You're still staying on the diet per se because you're still with the green leafy vegetables. It's fine, okay, as long as you realize that can set you off the next day or even that night into going back into feed mode where you just want to eat and eat and eat. This is all about learning how to be self-controlled for me. I've been a pretty controlled person, you know, the last 10 years or so, but not with food. So I'm just learning how to control those kinds of cravings. And the Caesar salad tasted so good. Food tastes so good of any kind when you've fasted for a few days. You'll learn how to enjoy things a lot better. You'll learn how to breathe in the air a lot better. You'll learn how to resist temptation at all costs. It's all about that too. It's all about learning what your body can and cannot take. Like I've said from the beginning, and I'll keep saying it, You don't have to do a 10, 20-day fast. Do what your body can handle. Do what you think mentally you can handle. I was just talking to my wife. Sometimes I feel like quitting. I feel like giving up. I feel like just throwing in the towel and, just not doing it. But not for any emotional reasons, just because my body is screaming, it's fighting, it's saying, don't do this to me, and I feel like writing a love letter to my belly and saying, you're kind of bad for me. I think we need to break up. It's just, it's an amazing experience so far, and I wish y'all could experience it. But like I said, don't be hard on yourself. That's probably the worst thing, and it's probably the reason that you're fat. Okay, the reason that I'm overweight is because I've been hard on myself for years and years and years, and I have a guilt thing going on. But let me tell you something about guilt. The meaning of guilt is to cause harm. That means that you're guilty. You didn't mean to cause harm to your body, but you did. And it got you in this predicament. I know I'm going a little bit long tonight. I apologize. But anyway, I'm just going to be posting this on YouTube exclusively. If anybody from Facebook wants to come and see it, they can. I just don't want to bug my Facebook friends, even though they're all behind me. Anyway, all right. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I got to get up and do this all over again tomorrow, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. I am going to bring a little bit of vegetable broth or even some tomato soup, because that makes you feel better. But like I said, it takes a month for my stomach to shrink up. It's only going to get better, folks. I tell you, this is the best decision that I've made in years and years. So, all right, have a good night.